My name is Russ Welch, and this is my wife Carrie. This is our 2002 Bluebird. We converted it starting 2 years ago. It's got a 5.9 liter Cummins diesel. Come on in and I'll show you around. When we first bought this, I just heard about skoolies, and I talked to my wife, and we were just camping one weekend, and I went to work after we were camping, and after the camping trip I came home after work, and Carrie had already bought this bus. It was already sitting in our yard, and a week later we were heading for the Upper Peninsula, going up to the Pictured Rocks, and we literally gutted the whole bus, took everything out except the driver's seat, threw a couple futons in here, and went on a road trip. And we started really thinking about turning our bus into a livable RV, and sold our house at the end of this spring. And here we are. I did 2 years of working on this, and this is what it turned out to be. All these cabinet doors. Thank you, Carrie. All these cabinet doors. My daughter, who's sitting outside, she painted all these, hand painted. So all the cabinet doors you see are hand painted. One of the first things we put in here was the dinette here, and I just had this idea. I thought it'd be cool just to throw a bunch of maps on here. And my daughter likes to do decoupage or Mod Podge, and so we Mod Podged a bunch of different maps on here. I grew up in the Upper Peninsula, so I want to make sure that was on there. We live around Detroit. Most of the houses, we've bought and sold houses for 30 years, and almost all of them are in this area. We've lived a lot in this area, and at the beginning of this year we decided we're going to get rid of the houses completely and go right into the bus. So we're living full-time in the bus, and I work as an electrician, so I was able to get these nice stainless steel countertops. They were throwing them out on a job, so I was able to, I work in hospitals, so I was able to go into the hospital, and they were throwing this out. They gave it to me. They gave me the cabinet, so I was able to put all the cabinets in here for, didn't cost me anything. My wife got the idea of tearing apart an old travel trailer that had some water damage on it, and so we took out the air conditioning unit, the refrigerator, the microwave, the stove, the furnace underneath there, all the vents, the tub, everything we ripped out of there. So it cost us $500 for all of this stuff when it was all said and done. So nice. We got really lucky on that. So,
and I really like your lights.
Yeah, I come up with the idea of putting the black iron pipe for curtains up here, and while I was putting it on, I thought it'd be a cool idea to throw some lights along in there. And yeah, me being an electrician, I just,
your plug too is coming right.
Yeah, I made the plug look steampunk too. So being on Steampunk Steve's channel, it kind of fits the.
Yep.
And we should say that the bus, when we bought it directly from a school district. It only had 120,000 miles on it, and being a diesel, and I talked them down to $2,600 and to deliver it for me, and it used to be bus 13. So, and then with everything that Russ has got into it, I think total with finding so much stuff to put in here that we already had, or like the butcher block on the end was from another project, different pieces were cobbled together from things we already had or people gave us. So I think the total build price,
about
$13,000, which I think is pretty reasonable, because this is now our full-time home. Throughout the bus, because we have 10 children, but only 4 live in the bus with us, we've got a lot of things that our older kids and younger kids have either made or given to me, throughout the years. So little touches of a little thing that might come from a house that we lived in a long time ago, that kind of gives me some continuance. One of my favorite signs is this drink coffee thing, because that's the motto of our life: do stupid things faster with more energy. Because sometimes you feel like
my kids identify with that.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee. I wake up like this, which drives coffee drinkers crazy.
Well, we've done a lot of boneheaded, dumb things through our marriage, and my wife and I have always been, we come up with an idea and it seems harebrained and we just go ahead and do it. So it wasn't a big stretch for us to just go from living in a house to getting rid of everything and fixing up a school bus. We even got rid of all of our furniture at the beginning of the year. Still not 100% sure what we were getting ourselves into, but we went ahead and did it anyway. I told my wife we're kind of like the pig at breakfast. When the farmer sits down to have his bacon and eggs for breakfast, the chicken gives a contribution, the pig makes a commitment. So I told my wife I felt like the pig at breakfast, because we really committed when we got rid of everything and moved into the bus. But let me show you the rest of the bus.
That's the name
here.
of the bus?
Corum Deo.
Oh.
We haven't painted it on
So not Fig at Breakfast?
No.
The
That'd
fig
be
and
funny too.
This here is our bathroom. It functions great. I was a little leery about putting in a Insta-Hot, but it's worked great so far. I had to tweak with it a little bit to get it to work right. We took this this cabinet that we found. It's just a metal cabinet with all drawers, and I cut it to make sure that I could fit the sink in there. So it's kind of cobbled in there. Kind of went with the.
Russ made that door that rolls back and forth.
Oh yeah, the door for this. I got the lock here, and I got a lock. This same lock locks it on the inside. So I just bought the kit for the top and made the door.
Sure.
I didn't know what I was doing, but I just
It
seemed
works.
like the thing to do, so it worked. This is my 3 boys. My 3 boys sleep here. I made bunks here, and underneath the bunks, where there's no wheel well, I've got storage. These storage units go all the way back in, so I actually built these for the size of those drawers. So they each have two drawers for themselves and then their own little space. And instead of putting up some kind of a
Curtain
rods or anything,
Sure.
I put these magnets up here, and my boy just hooks these up where he wants them for night to give himself some privacy. And down here we actually have a curtain rod for my other boy. And this is my wife and I's room. My wife wanted it nice and bright and cheery.
Yeah, so
And she made sure she put her license plate here for a Saturn Sky. We had a beautiful Saturn Sky that
convertible that
it was
seated 2.
it only seated 2, but when we went to start working on the bus, we decided that a 2-seater convertible wasn't going to fit our lifestyle, so we sold the Saturn Sky and to work on the bus.
So there's storage up here, and this is like where I keep like blankets for winter, beach towels, a lot of our books and stuff are up there. And then we have, of course, the same kind of drawers
Storage
underneath.
sure.
And on the outside of the bus, Russ has a garage, so the back door opens up, and then he can keep his tools in there. And then halfway through
right,
the bed,
right about here in the bed, it's drawers in the front part, and the back part is all access underneath in the garage in the back. So all my tools, any extra wood, any paper goods that we have, all of that is stored in the back with our chairs, the hoses for the tanks outside. We have all that stuff back there.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video of that great schoolie. And in the coming weeks, there'll be more. So please, I will see you next Saturday for a tour of another schoolie. Steampunk Steve saying, see you on the road.